teacher grant, all right, I'll stop because we want to talk a little bit. Let me get the link here and
okay, it's coming
in.
up. It's coming up.
Good. I got it. Already got a beautiful question on the spotlight post for the on-air broadcast that we have here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really nice. They're reacting now.
Yeah, I was talking to that what's his name? The dude from Russia or Germany. He's living in Germany.
Oh, Riaz Khan?
No.
Over in
No.
Gennady, Ukraine?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he was he's saying that their kits are like 50 some bucks a kit and they're doing the PCR. I was like, I can get those way cheaper.
See, and that's the thing, the PCR. See, as we move forward, we're into the future with the antigen, and people only know the protocol of the PCR. And the company that you are with right now, we have the PCR, and they're a lot cheaper, as you just said.
Yeah.
So why not try to get that supply into the hands of Ukraine and cheaper, and it's wonderful.
Right.
Work with the protocols that humanity already has right now.
Yep.
Because they don't understand the antigen yet, and they don't trust it, which I understand.
Right.
Why they wouldn't. They don't even know about it. They don't know how it works. So that's okay, good. Yeah, Gennady is active now in his Webtalk, creating posts. So I popped the YouTube live link in, we're Webtalk Live as well. And to the individual who wrote a comment about so many people sharing in Webtalk, and to simplify that, it's very simple. Before the rewards and something called 30 points for a share, that was being taught with a very large group in Webtalk. We were beta testing Webtalk. We were creating content, now over 70 countries. Members of IEG were sharing. Share feature. Before the rewards. And so now that we just heard that the 30 points for a share is going to be gone, that is beautiful. Now we're going to see, because when the rewards program came in February 2020, everyone, it was a system of an emoji's 10 points, a comment's 20, and a share. If someone shared your content, you would get 30 points. Well, everybody got excited with the 30. And they should have been. What other platform creates this type of environment? You tell us. There aren't any. So now that we go back to the original blueprint of web talkers inviting people with your invitation links, growing your network, creating content every day that you love, whatever you create, whatever you put in is your content. And simply, now it's about advertising and the free rewards program. Advertising, this is where we're going to educate. dude, as you know,
Right.
because it's very clear now. We can simply continue to move forward and, hey, how much does Facebook make off of every free user? How do they make that money?
And that's what's so crazy is even listening to the Webtalk Live last night and listening to what's her name, the lady in Hawaii with the son, Antonita, and hearing her say that his issue is that he doesn't want to look silly being on a new social media platform when he's being silly on every other social media platform, hoping that he gets likes, but he's not getting it. He has no possibility for revenue for years from that. So I don't understand what is the hang up with people right now that clearly can see dashboards that are producing value, and now that is even more focused on just the viewership. So now it's more of you're looking to get people to view and to be part of that, which is going to generate revenue. And I feel like it's going to be easier to get more viewership and more people with stronger content. And someone who is producing their own music videos is much stronger content than someone who, posts a picture of, a tree and then everyone clicks nice. Like that's the content of it's funny because about the this idea of we're getting rid of bots, we're making sure that everything's natural, and we're still seeing those hashtags with the people trying to just be doing the nice stuff. And at some point you got to learn that that's not what it is. It's not going to work like that. And it is I think it's a good thing that we're going where we're going, and I think that people need to figure that out, that they need to understand that is where we're headed with this. And the reality of it is if that app comes out on the 21st, you're going to see an increase, and you're going to see a major increase heading into the new year. I don't see why not. Because the way I look at it is when the app comes out, that's when everybody's going to have it in their hand at all the time. That's when you're going to start producing even more content, because you're going to have it at any time that you want. You can put something on, you can do stuff, you can interact, you can talk, you can do whatever. And it's just it's things like Nalutz has been having some amazing lives with people coming in and interacting and stuff, and watching those and seeing how that works. And I was actually kind of it was really cool. I saw Erdy, he was doing a live in Facebook, and some girl, she was clearly high middle school, maybe low high school, but her thing was, she was saying that she really has to learn English to be successful in the world. And they were having a little conversation about that. And it's just like when this generation of high schoolers who realize what they're seeing in other social media like TikTok, what they're seeing in other social media like YouTube, and how those people make money, and how all they need to do is just start interacting with a few people and it's going to generate revenue. and they're going to see this, and they're going to act on it, and they're going to start bringing in a lot of people. They really are. And we have to make sure that we have guided people to understand that when someone wants to join Webtalk that is a younger than 18 person, they have to do it the correct way so that they don't get screwed up in the end. Because these are the people that need to be in here, the high schoolers. High schoolers need to be in here. Hold on one second. So yeah, so this is the thing, is those those kids, the high schoolers, the college kids that are trying to find a way to support themselves, and to start generating revenue, and seeing how people are making money. I mean, there was a guy talking about some girl that is in TikTok, and he's kind of breaking down what this person is making right now. And one, like, I mean, I don't know how many people would be at her level in TikTok of how much money they're making off of posting and stuff, but I feel like many, 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 many more people in Webtalk will be making more than her soon if they do it right. And that is right now where this is all at, is you know people 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 in Webtalk are sitting around waiting for something to happen, and you can't do that. You've got to think about Webtalk now in your head. Think about where it's going to be in a year or even 2 years. Think about, like this video right now. Where will you be in December next year with Webtalk? I think a lot of people will have made, and I'm saying more like other countries, but I feel like other countries will be making, will have the opportunity to make a decision to say they don't want to be in their job. They just want to be all about Webtalk. And there's a few countries that I truly believe that will happen by December of next year, if the app comes out, which is supposedly coming out. And that's the thing, is everybody's looking at these other people, these big influencers. Oh, you have to be such a big influencer. That's the beauty of Webtalk. You don't have to be that big of an influencer. I was showing a kid, he wants to be a teacher. His dad's a teacher. He wants to be a teacher. He's kind of, his grandfather loves to, take his family on trips and stuff, because he believes that they need to educate themselves worldly and stuff. And I started showing him, the different levels of this. Like, look, I know you want to be a teacher, and that's wonderful, but let's be realistic. Teachers don't make very much money. And I said, look, man, I said, when I moved over to Abu Dhabi, I was getting, I wasn't paying taxes, and I wasn't paying a mortgage or rent. And that made me around about $2,000 to $3,000 more a month that I had in my pocket. I said, it would blow your mind extra $2,000 to $3,000 in your pocket every month can do for your way of living life. And do I think that even people in the States could be at that level by the end of next year? I think so. I haven't heard anything about, how the ad rewards pool is going to be. I haven't heard how it's going to, if it's going to grow by 10 now, or if it's, if they're not getting enough revenue kind of generated, how that's going to work, because I haven't seen anything from RJ about that for a while. But if you start thinking of like multiplying by 10 and then doubling every month, I mean, that's a huge amount of money that's going to be put into the system. And then, just the travel portal of what they were talking about, the fees and stuff that will go into that pool. It's going to be there's going to be so many different things funding this. It's not just ad rewards. So when you look ahead and say, okay, who do I talk to? Influencers, travel, teachers, people who want to learn a language, people who want to interact, people who want to have a business, want to advertise with their businesses. I mean, it's just like this endless kind of list of people that are going to be happy to realize that all they got to do is switch over to this, and they're going to start making money. And the more people that realize that, the faster it's going to grow. And IEG members, every single one of you is at the top of this little food chain. You have every opportunity right now to build something massive underneath you. Talking about the San Diego Zoo, and someone's like, well, you should make a fan page for that. Yeah, because at some point you can go to the San Diego Zoo and say, look, this is how much money you'd be making if I gave you the rights to this page. You don't think they're going to not, you don't think that a business isn't going to go, if all the people that follow me on all these other social medias are now going to follow me on this social media just because that's what they do, and I'm part of an up and coming social media site platform, it's going to be big. It's like Ravaz. I don't know why Ravaz hasn't signed up 20 different businesses in his little Belize town. That's what everybody should be doing. You have a business that you go to, that you owners, all the people that work there, create a page for them. Make a dead page for them. And as you start generating revenue, show them and say, look, it's already done. Here's your site. It's already been created. Here's the email that I use. Here's the password. All you got to do is just put in your information now. Your information, your bank information, make it legit for you. If you feel like paying the $200, pay the $200. Or, hey, business, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do you a favor. If you have the money to do this, I'm going to do you a favor. I want 5 levels, but I don't have but I want to do you a favor, business. I'm going to buy your upgrade and get my 5 levels. There are so many ways to do this. There's so many things that people can do to be successful in this. And to sit around and keep saying that you're just going to wait for an app, it doesn't make sense to me. Nobody should be waiting right now, especially now with it less than 10 days away, supposedly. I mean, we've been talking about this for a long time, and dates have been pushed, everything has been pushed. So I'm not gonna get on here and be super up and jumping up and down and saying, oh, it said the 21st, so it's going to be on the 21st. Who knows what's going to happen between now and the 21st? I'm not concerned about that. But if the live videos that we've been doing, the people that we've been talking about, and the success stories that we have don't excite people, I mean, the way different people have found ways to make money in this, if each person could combine all those ways, the idea of getting all your friends buy a pro package and now you're making 10 grand in a month, it's not a horrible idea. But what if you had that initial, but then you worked really hard to get your 5th level to get a certain amount of points to reach $100? Well, then 5 levels, 4 levels, 3 levels, 2 levels, 1 level, your level, all these people are making $100, and now every time that they make $100, $5. $5 is going to do for someone who has 10,000, 20,000 followers that finally hit $100. If you think about it, 10,000 followers or 10,000 people in your 5 levels, when each one of them hits 100, that's 50 grand. So what do you have to do? You have to work really hard to get each of your 5 level people to hit that 100. Because guess who's going to hit 100? The person who signed them up. Whether they have 5 levels or not, the person above them, boom, they're going to get $5. Then they're going to hit 100 because that person below them made 100. So now you have 2 people that made 100, even if it's 1 level, even if they're all free. As long as you've got your 5 levels, all this activity is going to be going on in your 5 levels all the time. And just that one little simple $5 bonus every time someone hits their first $100 and they get their first deposit, just that would be a yearly income for many, 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 many countries. If you do it right. Now think about this. When someone gets into your 5 levels that has a massive following somewhere else, and you can explain it to them so easily that I'm bringing everybody in. And they tell those people, look, $200. Well, guess what? That just went 2020, 2020 up the line. Next person, $200, 2020, 2020 up the line. 2020, 2020. How many times does it take? 20 times to make 100 for someone? Only 5 times. And then you get a little $5 bonus, $5 bonus, $5 bonus, $5 bonus. And if you just set aside those $5 bonuses, it's going to be a game changer. And that's just a $5 little bonus. That's not the travel portal. That's not the marketplace. That's not all the other streams. It's not a difficult. This is not difficult. And when RJ puts a post that says, well, we're going to change some things up so that it's better for everybody else, why is everybody upset about that right now? I don't understand why people are upset right now. I don't get it. I'm thrilled right now. So yeah, I was watching that video. I'm going to give a shout out because Tim, I said I was going to give a shout out. I don't know who did it. I know you know the name. I don't know the name, but whoever, what's his name? The timestamp guy?
Anders.
At what?
Anders. Anders. He's from
Anders.
Sweden and he's living in the Philippines.
Anders.
Timestamping.
Anders. What's the second name?
I believe it starts with an H.
Well, Well, I'm not seeing it, but
No?
here's
All right. Let me get it.
yeah. And then I'm gonna, you know, guys, what I love doing is I love being able to shout people out that do something different. I mean, there's, you know, we've been talking a lot about like Grant. We've been talking a lot about Hamid Laylam. And then we have people. Then we have people posting their videos and stuff. And
I'm going over to your spotlight post, dude, and I'm gonna pop in his link, his profile. Anders Hasselroth. HASS.
Shoot, man, I thought it's gonna show. I thought I was responding to this one.
Is the time stamper.
Oh wait, no, that's not it. I'm trying to find the video from last night. Of the last one I watched.
All right, I sent that.
Dang it! What was that video? Where was that video? Here, I'll share my screen. Where was that video with
Antonina?
Yeah.
With the school?
Well, he was saying like, oh, I gotta leave or whatever. I thought it was this one, right? No, that was his.
You gotta leave? You gotta leave?
Where?
Was it during the live, dude? With Antonina? She shared the school video, like a 4-minute?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so that was inside the Webtalk Live. We showed it inside of it.
Right, but I'm trying to figure out where that particular one. I thought it was this one, but it's not. This was just a funny one.
Yeah, you would go to Antonina, and then it's on her newsfeed about probably 6 or 7 videos down.
You weren't live.
Oh, I was live.
Right. Well, I'm saying like he didn't, but yeah. So where is it on your timeline? Because
No. It wouldn't be on my timeline. It would be. She said, "Go to my newsfeed. I have a video," and then she shared it, and I played it as she posted it. Because she brought it back up to the top so I could see it, and then I played it from her newsfeed. So let's see here. Let's see.
Well, I thought I commented on your. It would have been your live.
You did, right? Yeah, you did.
So it's on your news feed, right?
That would be the Webtalk Live on my news feed.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm just looking. I was trying.
Do you want to go in? Oh, I'm sorry. You want to go into the Webtalk Live? It's pinned. It's at the top.
This one?
That one there.
Okay. Let me see.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, yeah, here we go. Okay, so I'm giving this shout out because I really do this really is smart. This is I'm really happy I saw whoever came up with this, and Tim said his name, so I'm giving him a shout out because I like to give shout outs to the people that actually come up with these ideas. These are not all of our ideas. It's not all us all the time. It's people in IEG that are all working together. And what happens is Ravaz has been complaining, maybe not complaining, maybe that's not quite the word, he's been frustrated because he says we should be making small videos instead of these long videos because people don't want to watch. Well, I think we fixed this problem. If you watch one of these videos and you just timestamp everything. So let's look here. I'll show you. Let me screen share it again with the volume videos because people don't want to watch. Well, I think we fixed this problem. If you watch one of these videos and you just timestamp everything. So let's look here. I'll show you.
You hear me talking?
Let me screen share it again.
Tim, can
The
you hear me talking?
Videos.
Again.
People don't want to watch.
So
Well,
what it is
I think we fixed this problem.
what's going on is, yeah,
if
this is a
you
long video,
watch one of these videos
2 hours
and you
long.
just
But if you
timestamp,
look down here and people start actually
There it is, everyone.
commenting
so
on the
let's
video,
look
this
here.
means
I'll show
this
you.
means this
You're
this
live.
timestamp means that I can't say
Doing it
nice.
again.
Which
Tim, can
is
you hear me
volume, communication,
Video.
success.
Again.
People don't
Okay.
want to watch.
So
Well,
what it is
I think we fixed this
what's going
problem.
on is, yeah,
If
this is a
you
okay.
This is Webtalk.
Okay.
You ready?
So
Webtalk 2021.
okay, yeah. So you
What
can
we're
hear
gonna
the
do is copy
video
YouTube
going on right now.
live over
Hear that.
in
So I'm gonna
Webtalk.
pause this for a second, make my point. So when we have people getting on and doing silly stuff like nice and cool, and that's great, that's not very interactive. But when this guy started doing this is brilliant, because what it does is it changes all of these kind of things. Thank you. Let's see. Good evening, Tim. Those are all, those are comments. That's nice. But if we look at some of these, there's some goods in there. I like the listening now. Let's see. Yep, still talking, whatever. Okay. You don't need to really put in your videos. I don't think that you need to put in a link. Just put in a link to maybe a post. That's cool in your groups. You don't need to, promote stuff in someone else's. But here's the big thing. So if you look at this, 34 minutes, 0.5. Do you think Zuckerberg sat in his dorm room and didn't do anything because he thought that his friends might think he's weird? Well, if people read that, they're going to say, well, I don't even know what you're talking about. So if you go up here, we're going to go to 34-ish, and we're going to listen to it for a second.
Too busy.
Yes.
And that's his own fact. That's his own excuse in a world called New York.
He's inviting. He told me, like, Mom, just give me some time because I don't want my friends to think I'm weird because nobody's using Webtalk. And I'm like, of course, it's new. You have to invite friends. He's like, hi.
So what did she just say? She said that my son thinks it's weird. Well, he doesn't want to seem weird. Now look at the response. Do you think Zuckerberg sat in his dorm room and didn't do anything because he thought that his friends might think he's weird? That's not an excuse. I mean, that is just an excuse, because Zuckerberg did that. He actually sent out a message at college and said, I have an idea, come to the meeting. And if you come to the meeting and basically invest a little bit of money, have we heard that before? Come to Webtalk, invest a little bit of money.
Yes.
And this is what you'll get. And 2 people took him up on his deal. Did he stop because because he thought it was weird? Because he was scared that people might think he's silly? Nope. Who cares if someone thinks you're weird? They will be listening when you have 5 levels of income that is paid every month. I really like this timestamp idea, because now when someone goes and watches this, when someone comes in and watches a long video, a live video, if everybody's timestamping, you can look at their statements, their responses, their comments, and actually know what they're talking about if you're watching it later. So this is, I think that is just brilliant.
Yes. And dude, you just brought up a great idea as well. Like, as you're going through some comments, that, you know, my wife's saying thank you, I'm listening with her and I'm showing her, and then other people, good, nice. But we have an opportunity, especially in these pin posts that are important, you know, broadcasts, to actually delete those nices now. They don't mean anything. So all of a sudden now you have comment after comment of timestamps.
Mm-hmm.
More important information for that video for people who might come in and want to actually gain something from it and add their own timestamp. Because now I have to go in about a minute, dude, and I want to go down a little bit further with a comment below your GeoAg. Will be happening.
That's it.
Okay, sorry. We'll go up because we already mentioned that. You know, that's like a spam, someone putting in their video. Here, let's see. This right here. Thank you. I also recommend providing a list of authorized hashtags for members instead of continuously changing algorithms. This is where we're going to educate the world. And you're going to understand, web talkers, authorized hashtags would only mean that someone at the top controls everything. You come from a world of control. Continuously changing algorithms. We have control of the algorithms in WebTalk. So clearly, this web talker who commented, we need to educate them further. What's the comment before or after? Teacher Tim has educated me on this platform. Well, I haven't done a very good job. And I have realized that this learning is ongoing. Listening is the effing key. I want you, Teacher Andy, to go to the Dr. Anaga. She's an active one. Just click her name. Because if you think useful information is just a little side note, you're going to go on her timeline and you're going to see going down a little bit, she actually gives a shout out just like you say, dude. And there's Supermom Maria, shout out. Go a little bit further down. She's listening. There. Hey, web talkers, Teacher Tim post on topics and trends could well be of interest to you. Check it out.
See, and I really like this right here.
Yes.
I really like the shout outs because I like to try to make sure that people understand that, you know, sometimes we hear a great idea and we talk about it, and sometimes people may think that we're just taking their ideas and making it sound like it's ours. I try to make sure that when we start talking about something new, like those timestamps, I'm going to have someone say that name over and over again because they deserve that. I give shout outs to Erdy all the time about his interviews. That's his thing. That's awesome. And I'm really liking that people are shouting out names. Even if you don't tag that person, you could, and this is the thing is here's something that she could do to you know, make it a little bit better, is just do the @Tim Lecoq and have this as a link so you can click on it and go to his site. That would make this even better. But I do like the idea of shouting people out, making sure people are given credit where credit is due. All right. Stop share. I think I'm gonna get on the phone now. I think I have enough. Okay. So Erdy, what do you think? What's going on today? I don't know if he's listening. Oh, he is listening.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Is it morning?
Oh, good. Yeah. It's morning. Hello,
So,
hello, everybody.
hello. So, Erdy, I saw you this morning. I saw you on a Facebook Live, and you were talking to a young girl. I don't even know where she was from, to tell you the truth, but she was talking about talking with you about how that she understands that she needs to learn English if she wants to get out of her country, and if she wants to go, to get job opportunities and things like that. And I thought that was awesome, and I'm sure that you mentioned to her. I didn't see it, but I'm sure you mentioned to her about Webtalk. Now, here's the thing that needs to be very clear for anybody who's listening. And Erdy, I'm just saying this because I saw what was going on today. When we start, we have many kids who are on Webtalk that are learning English, that are being part of classes, that are being educated, that are interacting with kids and with adults. And we have to be very clear with them. If you are not 18, you don't have a site. Your parents do, and you get to use it. Okay, that is huge for what we're doing, because this gets into a very kind of interesting place, because what's going to happen is people are going to say, and they're going to ask, a lot of times they're going to say, how are you talking with children in Webtalk? How is that possible? And the possibility, and the reason that it's being done is because, like Tim would say, it's a permission-based kind of thing. When a kid who is under 18 is in Webtalk in a class, that teacher knows that there is a parent that actually signed up for that. A parent knows that that kid is in that class. A parent is part of the interaction. The teacher is interacting with the parents as well as teaching those students. Because, like I was saying to Tim before you got on, Erdy, I said, Erdy was interviewing this girl and talking to this girl, and she needs to be in Webtalk. She needs to be interacting with people and helping them with English, because she was very good at English. And she needs to start connecting with people and getting those connections and finding out where in the world she can go for whatever career choice that she wants to do. She seems like a very strong-minded person. And she definitely needs to be in Webtalk to help generate revenue so that she can travel to these different places. But when we talk to people like that, we have to be very clear that they are not the user of Webtalk. Their parent is. And they simply are using their parents' profile to interact and be part of Webtalk. I was talking to a student of mine who is wanting to kind of get her animation and stuff out to the world. And I made it very clear that your parents have to create this profile, and then you can start working on it so that by the time you get to be 18, you're part of this and you know what's going on, and you can either take over that profile or create one of your own. So that's something that, it's wonderful that we are starting to connect with so many, young people around the world, and giving them this opportunity to connect and interact. That is huge. So that was just something that I wanted to, kind of hit on, because I wanted to make it very clear that we are telling people all the time, our teachers and stuff, that this is what you have to do. If you have a kid who wants to be part, we have a kid, Tom, who's everywhere. Tom is everywhere. He's always interacting, and he's only 14 or 15 years old, but his parents know every single time that he's on. They know that because they understand the value of Webtalk and what it is doing for him, and helping him becoming a much bigger, person, worldwide person already, and they understand that. So when you see
adults interacting with high schoolers or middle schoolers or even younger in Webtalk or in like a Zoom, and they're posting these videos, this is not a game. This is not a joke. This is not, you know, creepy people trying to hang out with kids. This is teachers making sure that parents understand the protocols. Parents are interacting with the teacher so that the teacher can get, you know, generate revenue, so that the teacher can, you know, get that interaction, but it's for a purpose. It's to help educate kids. So that's just the big thing that we need to, you know, make sure that people understand that, you know, as kids, you know, because I think that high schoolers should be in Web Talk right now. They're the ones that are going to grow this thing. High schoolers, college age kids, I really do. But there's a protocol. There's a way to do it. You don't have to be sneaky. You don't have to put in false information. You don't have to put in false birth dates. Just have your parents be the people of the profile, and then you use it and interact with people. That's okay. And teachers and adults that are interacting with these younger people, you need to be very clear in how you interact with them, that this is a you know, 18 and over. Your parents are giving you the permission to be in here, and you are able to interact with me. You know, because Ernie, I know that, you know, someone like you who is just a wonderful person, I know who you are. But if someone just happened to come upon your video and you're talking to a, you know, a 14-year-old girl in some other country, we want it to be very clear that this isn't silly. This isn't done in a wrong way. This is someone helping out a young person to be able to change their life, because kids need to start making revenue. Kids that are going into college, this is their opportunity. Kids that are in college that want to graduate here soon, this is their opportunity. Kids who want to interact with other kids from around the world, this is their opportunity. This is huge. So we just got to make sure that everybody understands that. Everybody knows that these interactions are not any way negative. These are all positive interactions, and these are interactions that parents know what's going on with their kids on social media, because that is going to be something that I mean, every social media deals with this, and we don't, as IEG, we don't want to be in that category. We want to be in the category where all we do is help people and educate and build relationships and you know, connect people around the world to be successful. So this isn't about you, Ernie. Really, it is not. It's just something that needs to be kind of reiterated. I mean, we used to say this a lot, especially when we started doing our first Zooms. We said this a lot. We talked about this a lot. Like, okay, you can't just let anybody into a Zoom. They have to be part of this. They have to do this. They have to do this. They have to comment. We have to know who is coming into a Zoom, because you don't want to get in trouble because some random kid is going around and getting in people's Zooms and something happens. That's not what we want. So we have to be very secure in our Zooms. We have to be very secure in our lives, and we have to make it very clear that if you know, I would say that if you start interacting with kids as teachers, you should know every single one of their parents. Their parents should know who you are. And that's just a, you know, CYA, so that you know, people are doing things correctly. So but beyond that, it was a really cool conversation. I mean, that girl was she was on it. She knew exactly what she needed. She wanted to work on her English. She wants to go travel. She wants to go, you know, have a career somewhere else. It was a really cool conversation. I really enjoyed listening to that conversation.
Thank you. Yeah, really, I'm really excited about it. And, uh, I know, I heard it, what you're saying about many times, and I know how to treat with children and what is good to in the other educational resources. We, that's really important to remind it again and again
Hmm.
to people who's watching this chat. And, it is not just saying one time and so we never mention. No, we should to talk about it again and again because different people are watching us.
Yep.
So they must to
Everybody's
know.
watching. The
Yeah,
Webtalk world is watching all of our moves. They are. And this is, once again, this is another reason why I believe that every video that is done, every class that is done should be posted on Webtalk. I think you should post every Zoom meeting on Webtalk, because if someone says, hey, we think that you're doing something silly, well, you can look at every single video that I have, watch them all, watch them in their entirety. Tell me what's wrong. Tell me I haven't done this or this, so that you can, prove who you are. Because someone's going to ask this at some point. Someone's going to say that. Someone's going to, say, well, I think that they're trying to, do something creepy. Well, you don't know who I am. You don't know I've been doing this for years. Watch the videos. The videos are all there. So that's another reason why I like to, say, like, all these Zoom meetings, record them. Record the whole meeting. It could be 6 hours long. It's evidence, man. Not only is it educational and people can get something out of it, it's evidence. And we have a lot of adults interacting with a
right.
lot of kids, and it's just smart to make sure that we are all using this correctly, and that we are showing kids how to use this platform correctly, because it would be very sad for a kid to build something in this and then get taken out of WebTalk because they're only 16. That would be sad. But what if they really know how to use WebTalk and they're really doing a great job? Well, my platform, my profile is my parents. I just use it. Then everything's fine. You're good to go. It is not a 16-year-old's profile. It is a parent's profile, and the kid is using it because they've been given permission by their parents to be part of something big. And that's there's ways to get around things, and I think it's great that, like Grant with his kids, they're very young, but their parents are always there too. Their parents are in the building, their parents are in the room, the parents are in the house, they're always there. And that is that's a great thing, is that even parents are getting educated while their kids are getting educated. It's awesome. And then, Erdy, I don't know if you heard us talking about the timestamps. Did you hear what we were talking about with timestamps?
Sorry.
Uh, timestamping our comments. Let me show you.
You ready to go to the next level, Mr. Webtalk?
Always ready. Yeah.
So let me see here. So once again, Tim, you're going to say his name is Anders?
Correct.
Okay.
You can go if you want to go. Oh, okay. You're gonna go.
No, I'm just going to show. So Erdy, Anders, I don't know if you know who Anders is. I don't even know his last name, but I'm giving him a shout out because of this. He started timestamping where he was commenting in the video. So when you look at this comment, it's gonna, if I go up to the video and go to 34.5 or like 34.5 minutes, and I hit play here and I go like that,
And
then I know
what they're going to be talking about, and then I can look at that response and understand.
I could easily tell the way that you were sharing your facts.
So now he's
and
talking,
your ideas.
and I can start listening right there at 34.5 and know that this comment is going to be about whatever they're talking about. So as we have these long-winded, lives, as people start time stamping, so at an hour and 23, they were talking about something. I'm going to go look and see what they're talking about and be able to see what these comments are about. And whoever that Anders, he came up with that. I think it's a brilliant idea for long live events, because then people are actually talking about specific things in that video and not just commenting to comment. Oh, great information. What was great? What information did you see that was so great? Because if it was so great, you should be able to tell us what to look at. So I really, really like that, and I think that that's something that we're gonna see a lot more of, that timestamp kind of thing, where it's it's showing where we're commenting, because these are long-winded kind of meetings. So that's really good. I like that. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So what information do you have for us today, Erdy?
Just a moment.
What are you cooking? That's the real question.
Just porridge.
Porridge.
Porridge, common. Yeah. Every day porridge, different porridge. Yesterday was, I don't know how its name in English.
Oh yeah, it is porridge. Yeah, we call it porridge. Oatmeal, like oats. Yeah.
But today is not oats.
Oh.
Okay, I will tell you next time how to. What about? Actually, from time to time, step by step, the vision and the importance of what RJ is going to make becomes clear, because yesterday I realized that this system, when we get points by liking, commenting, and sharing, it spread kind of parasites around the website. And so when people would be rewarded by time they spend on Webtalk, by on particular pages. So it means that it forces others to create something interesting, to create something valuable, that will attract people's attention to stay on pages. And so if someone, for example, just sharing pictures in future wouldn't be enough to get more audience. So, of course, it would be more valuable to describe something about future, to write something about what they think, what they wanna to uh, share, what thoughts they're going to share with others. And so, step by step, and people will learn how to create, how to use imagination, how to engage with people, because we are human and we need progress. We need to do something interesting. when we do it, mm, the life becomes better, the world becomes better. So, and now it is another level of work talk with our community, and I'm sure that, for example, if before it was really attractive for people who is not uh, going to work, they just wanted to earn money, just clicking, liking, commenting, and so today it is uh, much uh, more beneficial for free content creators. And, mm, I am sure that they will come, and they will come with more um, willing.
Yeah, I think
So
that you know, every time that there's a new update, every time that there's something that comes up, people get a little, frustrated, or, oh, I don't like this or whatever. And what they're not understanding is that the issues are being fixed. That's why we're still in beta, because people haven't
yes,
are doing stuff so that you can understand, so that you can fix the problems before we go public. 100 million people are going to be upset way more than only 6 million. And so it's okay to upset 500,000 people that are really into it, than hundreds of millions of people changing it up all the time. So this is just that process of getting it right so that it works. And it's never going to be perfect. There's never I really can't see a perfect situation. Somebody's always going to be trying to scam the system. Someone's always going to be trying to do something, but that's okay. It's fine. It's not a problem if people do that.
I'm taking, I'm making tea for father.
You need to do a breakfast cooking show. You're always every morning you're up. You should do a tea time with Erdy and talk to people while you're getting your breakfast every morning.
Yeah, why not? It's, why not?
And how many people would tune in on a Webtalk Live, going over to Mr. Webtalk's newsfeed, being a part of it, seeing that banner ad. All of a sudden, he's making advertising revenue. They join him. They create one on their newsfeed. Everybody goes over there, and I mean, it's just beautiful. What's happening with Webtalk, with the advertising, how it's going to be connected to us, who we invited. No more of this pool of comments, and to excite people, to actually see that you can make money, in a site. Thanks. And,
Yeah.
we did it with emojis and comments for more than a half a year. Wonderful. It opened up people's eyes. Wow, I can. And if you just understand, everyone out there, that comments and emojis are the same as advertising. If we're on a site, we might give comments and emoji. We're there on the site. Advertising is everywhere. That's money. It was always tied to that anyway. How can we educate? How can we design a simple plan to get people to use Webtalk now and a little bit less of the others? How can we break the status quo?
But here's the thing: is you can see 1,000 comments in a Facebook post,
and not one person's getting paid for it, but there's thousands of them. So what's motivating them in Facebook? Nothing. Nothing is motivating them to do that in Facebook, but yet they do. Nothing's motivating them in TikTok to comment, but they still do.
And that's another thing to talk about in the future is these TikTokers that are making money. They're one out of every couple million. And how are they doing it? It's through sponsorship. It has nothing to do with the platform itself that they want to share their revenue with people. Does Zoom share their upgrade money with us? No. Does YouTube share their upgraded money with its YouTubers that are making money?
Right.
They put it in their pool and they feed their pennies to their top YouTubers.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be the fun of 2021, as now we get into the real deal of what these platforms are. They're just money revenue generating giants. And it's all now about when the app comes, all of a sudden you do have a couple million that know Webtalk and they're going to be in. That's active users now, everyone. When the app comes, it's not going to be an explosion right away. Everybody all over the world is going to pop in. They're still going to give the same excuses. I'd rather give my 10 million comments in Facebook because everybody else is a slave there. So why not I'll be the same? There's no other mentality than that.
Right.
And if you think, and I'm talking to the IEG members, if you think there's going to be a backlash from the rest of the community around the world that says, oh, wait a minute, you're teaching children for free? Well, what about my career as a paid educator? That's their mindset. That's their world that they know. And the ideas are based on you teaching children. Teacher Grant shows it. What's going to happen with Teacher Grant and his Webtalk profile? Everybody's going to go to his profile to see what he's creating. And the emojis and comments will still be there. It's just now people are visiting him to thank him. Ad banners and Webtalk sponsored posts are now looked at, are seen, ad impressions over and over again, over and over. And that money is going to be connected to him. That's the beauty right there. RJ will create the normal algorithms of advertising that are on our pages or our newsfeed. It's going to be connected to us. No more little pools. Everybody shares in the little glory. Now, this is true effort. And how did all of these web talkers learn about Webtalk? How did the Lorraines learn about Webtalk? Through us. That's a shout out for IEG. That's a shout out to Teacher Andy. That's a shout out for time stamping of Anders Hasselroth from Sweden, who tagged me and posted on my son's comments of a spotlight post and started time stamping. I'm going to do this from now on, and I have the history. And my son went to me, Dad, someone commented this. Is this what this means? Times? Yes. Tag me in that comment. Bring me over there. Huh? In the notebook. In the notebook. Use your notebook. So, Teacher Grant. Let's go back to the beginning of this YouTube live. Before we went live, I was going to say something about Teacher Grant. In Messenger, he hears about these changes. It's going to stop with emojis and comments. What should I do, Teacher Tim? stay the course. It's gonna be even better.
But why change what we're already doing? You're already getting
Stay
their comments. People are interacting with you. The parents know what to do. Continue that. That it's not that RJ is saying, well, now nobody can comment and post. That's not the point. They're still having to go to his newsfeed. They're still having to go to his post. They're still generating revenue for him because they're viewing the things that are on his newsfeed. He should not do anything different. Nobody should be doing things differently other than stop spamming all the time and stop with the silly hashtags of, oh, go to mine and comment on my 5 posts, like all whatever they're doing. Like, don't do that. But the interaction and the commenting and the sharing and the liking and all that, continue. It's social media. You should be doing this all the time. That's what it is. And like I say, I've said it numerous times. I don't go in and use Webtalk every day, all day long. I don't go and click and like everybody's stuff. I don't do that. But I don't do that in Instagram either. I don't even know the last time I was in Instagram. I might post a picture every once in a while. But I don't use my social media like that. But I am going to use social media and get people who I know do use social media, because that's a smart thing to do if you're in a thing that you can get paid in 5 levels.
And here's the kicker. As you bring back the beauty of what platforms, as you just said, are sharing, normal comments, keep going with comments, the emojis, like Webtalk, like other platforms, everyone. And the share now becomes what it is in every other platform. Instead of 30 points, I got to share.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to make everybody aware that I shared, that they're going to do the same to me when I create a post, and I'm going to get 30 points. That was some silly little beginning idea for Webtalk World. You thought that this was going to be what it is. Now, sharing and the share feature, you guys, I'm going to show you something on the next Webtalk Live. I got screenshots of Rohaib before he became a pro member, and views. And the content he created a couple days ago, I did something with the share feature. And none of you are going to understand what the hell I'm doing and why the share feature now is just as beautifully powerful to that person who created the content, and then also to your newsfeed. Because people are going to want to see it. They're going to scroll down, add impression, add impression, add impression, add impression. Now, it's game on, RJ. You think for a second, RJ, and anybody out there listening right now, do you think that Teacher Tim and Teacher Annie are going to stop and wait for this to develop? We've already developed everything. We're showing you the future now. It's just up to you to actually realize that whatever vision you have and wherever you're creating it outside somewhere, begin it in Webtalk. And all of you that are YouTubers should be thanking the Webtalk family every single day for pumping up your YouTube channels over the past couple years, based on Webtalk information. If it's for now, or it was for the past, or it might be for the future. All of you YouTubers should be thanking the Webtalk family every day for subscribing, commenting, and sharing your YouTube channels, your videos globally. That was the family of Webtalk doing that. And Rohaib, here's a shout out to Rohaib, IAG Pakistan, a pro user, dude. Now again, Teacher Andy didn't see the $10 in his gift feature because he's my 5th level. Well, who else got $10 as he spent $100 for the year?
Oh, no.
10, 10, 10, 10, 10. I'm the last 10. So what happens to the other 50? Wake up, Webtalk world. That's an investment towards your platform. Huh?
Yeah, it was kind of funny because, you know, the kid that I was talking to, I was explaining to him about Webtalk and whatnot, and he said, "Well, is there a way to invest in this site?" And I said, "Oh yeah, there's you can invest in it, but wouldn't you just want to spend $200 to invest in it for every year and get 5 levels and see where that takes you?" Because people go, "Oh, well, let's invest in something because it could be big someday." Well, why not spend $200 and see how big it's going to be in a couple of years? Yeah, you can invest. You know, they talked about investment opportunities, but to me, a $200 investment is a pretty cheap investment for a year. Or $100 if you don't want to go platinum. I would always suggest going platinum because I don't even know. I don't even know the things at some point that you're going to get some sort of revenue for, an alert that you're going to say, I have no idea what this is. I don't know who did this. I don't know where it came from, but wow. Because I just don't think that none of us really understand how big social media sites are and what kind of money they pull in. To think about a social media site that's been around for 20 some years is pulling in $6 billion a month. A month, not a year, not in the past 20 years, a month. And you have every opportunity to grab half of that, as much of half of it as you possibly can. And I've said it numerous times that let's say we have 500 million people in Webtalk. Well, if half of them, which is 250 million, if all they did was give you a penny every month, the kind of income that would be is ridiculous. Just a penny. And then we kind of look at your 5 levels. What if 100,000 people are in your 5 levels at some point, 5 levels deep, 100,000, and they only give you a penny a month? This is what's crazy, is because people don't think of this as an investment per se, and they don't think of it as like a stock. And the way I look at it is, each person that you add into your, you give your link to, and someone who gets into your 5 levels, it is it's like a stock, and that stock could blow up, or it could just kind of sit there. Every person is a stock. Every person is like an investment that you get into this. And if you have someone that does a lot of stuff on Webtalk, well, your stock rises. We have human stock. Like, that's crazy to think about, but it is. That's exactly what it is. And what's great about human stock is you can interact with that and you can help that stock grow. So every person that comes in, you can help them and make them understand and start, doing their own journey in Webtalk. And all it's doing is just increasing their value and your value all the time. See, people have been sitting around with $9,000, $8,000 in the ad pot, being so focused on that they don't even see what really is going to happen. $9,000, come on.
It's nothing. But people are already seeing that 9,000 is actually very valuable to them, especially when someone's pulling in $100 a month already. Look at your percentages. How does that work? It only gets bigger. It's only going to get bigger. And if you don't think that there's a plan, if you don't think that there is a future that's already been created and all it is just putting the pieces together, you think that RJ is going blindly down some road right now and hoping for the best? No, not even close. Many people in Webtalk are just blindly going along right now and hoping for the best. But I'm pretty sure that he is not. So it's growing, it's getting bigger. In less than 10 days, we'll see if it drops, if that app comes out. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. Ernie, do you have anything to say? I'm about to log off.
I just wanted to tell to those who is trying to kind of speculate to others that, oh, I am under your link and you should to help me, you should to promote me, you should to share my post, and actually it is not how to say beneficial for you as well. I mean for him. Even I will share what action will bring you more meaningful, more what will be beneficial for them. It is just content creation. It is not about others will come to you, share. We should to do it naturally.
Mr. Webtalk.
Yes.
I know that we're gonna talk about this a lot, of the share. We don't need to talk about that anymore. All we need to educate is the 30 points is gone. Next month, 2 months, it's gone. There was a reason why everybody was sharing. It was 30 points. We don't need to talk about that anymore. Do you understand why I'm strong right now on this point? Is because they were doing it because it was 30 points, man. So what? It's beautiful. Humanity had fun. We're going to get back to normal now. You're going to see shares that come from the heart now. You're going to see that. And it's up to you, Webtalk world, if you want to see shares from high-level web talkers that you connected or you're following, you're going to see them a lot. It's up to you to control it. If you want to see it on your news feed every day, do you want to be educated? Do you want to learn? Do you want to join in on these broadcasts? You were part of that share system, Mr. Webtalk. Even during the time that it was silly.
I'm a little bit different.
No. Let me say, you were part of the game of I'll share yours. They're going to share mine. I'll get 30 because I'll share theirs and they'll share mine. Don't you ever tell me that you're different. I saw it in Webtalk.
No. I was talking a little bit different, not about sharing.
Yeah, he was just saying a little bit differently, like the fact of like helping people as they come in, you know, help your people to understand what that
Yeah,
is.
It's open.
Yeah.
Of course, I remember I was the same. I shared, but now that's a little bit different. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about relationship between people who is under me, and they try to speculate their position, and so they are saying, "Oh, I will bring you."
Yeah, I missed the beginning of what you're talking about. You're going to be like a broken record, Mr. Webtalk, okay?
Okay, that's good.
Okay? I don't care about the shares anymore. And
Yeah,
if you listen to enough comments of real web talkers, they're tired of it as well. And if you think RJ's not tired of it, well, then you don't understand who that high-level web talker is, RJ. And thankfully, a week before the app goes live on a soft launch, he changed that to bring it back to normal. Because you know what? It's not the fault of web talkers who join and they're going to share, comment emoji, and make money with points. It's not their fault. We were just at such a high level, Mr. Web Talk. Never stopping to listen to the questions. We talk about influencers, get influencers into Web Talk. Screw that. Those influencers don't care about anything else other than their status quo wherever they're at. Mr. Web Talker has become a Web Talk influencer. Was he an influencer 7 months ago? No. Did he have any confidence about himself? No. He didn't. We have recordings on it. And this is the beauty of what we're doing in the world. Why hasn't it caught the news? Who cares about the news? They're controlled. You really think that the news is going to take IEG seriously and cripple what they're about? Think about that, Web Talk world. Think about that. And we're simply here, not as competition, to support. And when humanity understands that, then Web Talk takes over everything.
Yep.
Power up, dude. Power up the computer. See,
Hi, Tim. I gave you hosting ability. I gave you the host stuff. We'll start doing a lot more this week. Being that this week is going to be a pretty simple week for me. And then getting into next week, which is vacation. So the next 2 weeks, we'll be doing quite a bit. So
thank you. Good. Power up.
It'll be fun to see when this app comes out and see what this is all about. See how it changes things. Some it's going to change everything for them, and others it's going to be kind of just the same thing but a different, now you can hold it in your hand, kind of thing. So it's exciting to see that coming along. So
yes.
But probably tomorrow night, or we'll see what's going on. But yeah, we'll start doing this a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm going to go live tonight, my time.
Okay.
Just to answer any questions like that, in the comments and
okay.
Have some fun.
Well, I'll see you in the morning. I'll see you in the morning what time I'm up and stuff, and see if you're on.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I'm going to continue this as well. Thanks, dude.
Yep. Bye.
So, grade 4. What you want to do, power up the computer like you did. I see Christmas Yeah, you can create Christmas cahoots. You can do Scratch. Wow, that's grade 5 doing that, screensaver. They know what's up. Yeah, to the Webtalk world, you had your fun. The share parties are over. All right, we're going to check Webtalk right now and see if there's any questions. Teacher Chris, spotlight post, appreciate that. So you have total control of Webtalk, inside Webtalk. See, right now, look at that. There's Miriam, who just shared 8 minutes ago from a 1 hour ago post of Mr. Webtalk, shared it. Now again, you want to be able to write titles on your share. Just don't hit the share. Write a title. Wow, look at that sponsor, that post. FB Track, Shopify app. Oh, Multiply, Facebook Pixels Manager. Isn't that wonderful? Miriam, wonderful, inspiring nature scene. So I'm looking at my Magic newsfeed right now, and I am a Pro Platinum user. So if I scroll down, this is my second sponsored Webtalk post. Okay, it is about something in Thailand, and already opened 2 this morning and looked at them. There is Mr. Webtalk 1 hour ago sharing this Webtalk live. There's Daniel from Pakistan commenting. So these people are seeing this stuff on their Magic newsfeed. They're scrolling down and they're seeing sponsored posts, advertisements. They're called ad impressions. All right, so here's the timestamp. So I shared on Teacher Andy's Spotlight post about Anders to give him the shout out. Gilbert. If you want to take the timestamp a little further, post the video format shown below. Look at that. Well, yeah, I mean, that's wonderful. That's great, Gilbert. I appreciate that. We'll have to talk about that, Gilbert, because it does, share the time, 31 minutes, 30 seconds, chatting about where Webtalk is headed. I will show this with Teacher Andy. And again, Gilbert, come on into Webtalk Live, dude. Use your Spanish if you have to. Come and introduce yourself and appreciate that high-level information. If you want to take the time-stamping thing a little further, post a video. Now, Gilbert, he created some Webtalk posts maybe 6 months ago or so about the sharing. Very interesting. And the link when you share a post. You share someone's content on another platform, that link goes to that person. It's invited by that person. So he was showing the evidence. So let me give him an emoji so he's aware. And okay, so Gilbert, I'm gonna write right here. Come, join, and share this idea on air. Perfect. All right, so let me go to my Webtalk Live broadcast, see if there's any questions. There's reply. Okay, reply. Okay, so you replied over to Teacher Andy's. That's Gilbert. Okay. Let me go to Webtalk on air. There's the guys. Good morning, IAG, Georgia. Okay, so the only question that we had, and yeah, we're going to start removing, deleting comments that are great or nice on these Webtalk Lives. And so, okay. So the Webtalk Live, your Webtalk on-air broadcast with Teacher Tim and Teacher Andy starts on December 14th. It started a little bit under 2 hours ago and gave the date for the Eastern Standard Time over there in New York, as well as Asia. This is Thailand, so we're the next day. And press the play button below when you see the live video. It's in there now. Do you want to join the live stream to ask a Webtalk question? So someone, Raman, Shuli Raman. That's good, needed. Thanks for sharing. Any Webtalk questions? Thanks for asking. Why Webtalk members too much sharing posts? She writes. After the same times didn't work sharing button. After same times didn't work sharing button. So I will talk about this, I wrote. And do you mean hitting the share feature next to the comment feature? And she said, I can't. So that'll be something where we'll have to get this individual to talk her mother tongue at some point and actually understand, you know, what that web talker is talking about. I'm going to be very serious here. So many web talkers fell in the same little game of just hitting shares for the little points because it was 30 points. I'm going to bring it up again. Mr. Web Talk is no different until he was educated and understanding what IEG, Innovative Education Global, was actually bringing through and creating through Web Talk. Services that would simply ask for a payment of something called emojis, comments, and possibly at a time hitting the share feature until we educated web talkers to copy the YouTube Live links and make them Web Talk Live. To teach them in real life, not by a post, how to copy a link and put it on your news feed without hitting the share feature. You really think that we need to see over and over again how to educate web talkers with posts, post after post after post? Or could we show real communication, the highest level communication? You really think this is a game? So we're in Web Talk again. That's why my camera's off. We are happy to have you here, Miriam. She just hit the share feature of Mr. Web Talk's post. I'm going to write a comment now. Gave the emoji on the share feature, and now it's about true sharing from the heart. Even though the point system of emojis, comments, and shares are still in place, that will be eliminated. If you read the spotlight post of RJ, you're going to understand. Now I'm going to go to my profile and go to my pinned post of the Web Talk Live. That's pinned. Very special one, educated. That's great, Edwin. You create a story? What's the picture of? Very good. Good. English or Thai, Scratch? Is it in English? Edwin or Ty? Ty? English? You can have Ty, okay, for the coding and program. That's okay. We will switch over to English when you're ready. All right, so what I'm going to do is comments. I'm going to start deleting some of these comments in the pin post that say delete the greats, delete the goods. So we'll have a smoother feed of comments that help others that come in. Listening now, Rosemary Clemens, we'll keep that. First ever YouTube video, got 100 million views. So that's actually inside that, so that's good. There's Miriam. Listening now, Teacher Grant. It's a wonderful, we're gonna delete that. Teacher Grant, I'm gonna delete that. We lost it, somebody still alive, yeah. Very useful information. There's Murad. We're gonna remove the little heart from Rohave. Okay, my wife saying thank you. I was with her. Good evening, Teacher Tim. That's Supermom Maria. Thank you also for providing this today. Delete that. Well, I'll keep that there because that's so silly. Useful information. Thanks for the information. There you go. There's a nice. We're going to delete that nice. This is a pin post now. And timestamp. We're going to delete revise. Thanks, VAP. We don't need that there. So there's Teacher Andy, 34 minutes in. Do you think Zuckerberg sat in his dorm room and didn't do anything because he thought that his friends might think he is weird? Teacher Andy was listening, and at the 34-minute mark of this live broadcast, he timestamped it in the comments. No, he created Facebook. He didn't care. He didn't think about being weird. He just created and invited others. Teacher Andy's timestamping. All right, Tutor Jack sharing a video about his YouTube live. We're going to delete that. Silly. The training continues. Tag me when you are alone. Okay, there we go. Now this is from 2 hours ago. Now underneath the pin is the Webtalk Live. So no new comments, so we're good there. So we're looking pretty good. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, Thailand time, and just exciting news to head into 2021, December 2020 now, December 14th, and in a few days, we will see what happens with the launch of the Webtalk app. They have been approved, both in the Play Store and App Store. RJ created a spotlight post about that. And then the beautiful changes, drifting away from the beta of points and the slices of pie. Points with emojis, comments, and shares that will disappear gradually. It'll just be gone. And then we'll get back into what platforms actually are about. Information, content, user base. And when you have a platform that is not about censorship, it's about true freedom, Webtalk. You have something that the world actually truly needs. And to add on top that we have an opportunity to invest and purchase a Pro Platinum upgrade for $200 for a year if you're a new user, which is incredible. Anywhere you are in the world. You want to get a school, you have a school in Africa, you create an account with your invitation. And what do? You spend $200 for that school's account in Webtalk. And you begin a journey of inviting people to that Webtalk Schools account, and you start to train and educate, teach all the referrals from that school that's trying to grow food, trying to educate children. They don't have a lot of money. You invest with the money from your GoFundMe, you create a Webtalk account and you put a Pro Platinum on that account, giving them 5 levels of Webtalk. They can go live with you. They can start talking to you on other platforms. Join us for free. Join with the invitation. Please support us. We're not asking for money. We're asking you to join Webtalk. Complete your profile. If you want to be part of Webtalk as well, you sign up for the free rewards. Create content. As we create content, our school will create content. Everybody will be going to that Webtalk newsfeed, scrolling down that newsfeed. You're going to see ad impressions. Some people will click. We're Webtalkers. We're going to click some of these ads. And if you think Google ads is all that we're ever going to see, you don't understand what platforms really are. When you have millions and millions and millions of users who truly comes in. Google ads is just the beginning, little starter. Sponsors are going to come in. They're going to have their own Webtalk accounts. They're going to be paying to advertise in Webtalk. You're going to see all different types of advertisement. Advertising everywhere. It's your platform. Let's see. Back in Webtalk, I'm just going to check to see if there's any other comments going on right now. Aftermarket. Oh, here's a live stream right now. All right. There's another Webtalk Live going on. Mirage. Either copying a link from a YouTube Live and popping it off. What to expect in December 2020? Is he talking about Webtalk? Is this a Webtalker? I'm gonna write the question. He's a Webtalker. Let's go to him. He tagged him. Timeline. Let's see if he's got his own. He's got it. Account profit. Trading. Okay, can't comment. We'll follow him and connect. Okay, that's wonderful. 4 months ago, he's back in. Oh, 4 months ago. What? This is another one. Oh, this isn't the live. Okay, so Murad has the live right now. So this guy has not been in 4 months, and Murad just put the YouTube live link, and now he's in Webtalk as a Webtalk Live and doesn't even know it. Is he aware that he is Webtalk Live? Because he hasn't been in Webtalk in 4 months. All right, we'll be right back. Hey, Murad, good morning to you over there in Algeria. Are you telling that YouTuber that he's Webtalk Live? He's YouTube Live right now. That's wonderful. He hasn't been in Webtalk in 4 months, though. And you tagged him. I checked to see if he was a Webtalker. So we'll get to talk to him, that YouTuber, who's talking about some other things. And we'll get him excited. Is he someone that you invited, Murad? Let me know, okay? I'm gonna end this right now. Well, I might keep it going. I'm gonna keep it going. 72%, good to go. Gotta go do the GeoAg with grade 4. All right, grade 4. Save. Ooh, Transformers. Yeah, clown count. You want to save any Scratch creations that you have. Okay, you know how to do that. Teacher Name is teaching you in Thai. Look at those designs. Incredible. Coding and programming. It's the 21st century. We are live. Web Talk Live.